What's good, YouTube? So check this out. Little message for y'all boat owners out there. Um, so the news coverage that I seen on the boat drowning in Miami, Florida, on a river. I got family down in Miami. I just want to say this was 2 days ago. My condolences to the family, to the person that lost their loved one. I lost a child too, y'all. So I know the pain. Trust me, I know the pain. I want to say for all you people that want to go enjoy spring break, if you want to go to Ocean City, Maryland, you want to go to Virginia, you want to go to Florida, wherever you're going to enjoy your spring break, and you getting on these boats, if that boat does not have a flotation device for each person on that boat, sorry, boat owners, if that boat does not have a flotation device for each person on that boat, do not get on that boat. There should be a life vest for every individual on that boat. And I know you get on that boat, you want to turn up, you want to enjoy, you don't want a life jacket on, but there should be a life jacket right next to that person, or just in close proximity of, in the event of an emergency. They said that the man jumped off the boat. I don't know. They said he jumped off the boat. I don't know if alcohol played a factor. You know, spring break, anything goes down there. Drugs, alcohol. I'm not saying this is what this man was doing. But he jumped in the water. Maybe he was a swimmer. Maybe he couldn't swim. He could have been the best swimmer. Sometimes that water can take control. It doesn't matter how good of a. Did you see the emergency rescue people show up? When they showed up, what did they show up with? They had the flippers, so they can maneuver in that water. That water has currents. A lot of y'all jump in these waters and don't understand. I know even if you coming off the shore to go into the water on a beach, the wave come up, it goes back. Each time it does that, it takes you out farther. But this was in the middle of a river, and the swimming in an attraction like storefronts, the dock. Everybody was partying in this little area when they boats. And y'all don't realize that water on the surface, you can't see what's going on under the bottom. And let me give y'all a little firsthand. Water go this way, water go that way. Water go this way, water go that way. So you got all of this nonsense churning under here. And the strongest of swimmers can be sucked under. All that boat activity, the propellers are stirring up that water. You see that when a barge comes through, the waves come. So them is multiple currents. Not only the currents from the ocean, which they call a river, but it's still the ocean in Miami. It's just trapped in, so they call it a river. So you have all these currents coming in. And a person, whether he was a good swimmer or not, you fighting against all of that. So my heart goes out to the young man that lost his life there. He was 20-something years old. And hats off to everybody that jumped in to try to help. That man only had seconds. When this, I want y'all to know something. When y'all jumping in these waters, when y'all see that hand go up, 90% of the times you're not going to hear somebody screaming or hollering for help because they don't want to swallow water. So you'll see that hand. When you see that hand, get to that hand, or throw a flotation device in the water. Don't be sitting around taking selfie pictures. Jump in and help. This is not entertainment. But to you it is, but it's really not, y'all. Throw a flotation device in the water, because when that hand goes up, once you don't see that hand no more, it's a wrap. Because you're not going to be able to find that person. You see the color of that water? It's not a swimming pool. If it was a swimming pool, they'd have probably got it quick. But depending on where you at, the rivers, it's not supposed to be blue. I don't care what TV's showing y'all. Pretty clear, see through the bottom water. If the winds and the sand, all that is just mixing up because of the wind and what's going on in the environment, it's gonna stir all that up and make the water cloudy. Now you can't see. Stop jumping in these waters, y'all, trying to impress these girls. Girls, stop trying to impress these dudes. You want to show off your bathing suit. You want to dive down into the water. Fellas, stop showing off to these girls, making side bets. I bet you can't jump in there. I bet you I won't. I don't know what went on. All I know is they said that the man jumped in the water for whatever reason. To anybody else out there in the world that think that you could just jump in that water, let me tell y'all something. You can't see to the bottom. You don't know what's in that water. Somebody could have threw a pipe in there. It could be fishing string. You get caught on. People fish off them docks. You don't know what's in there that can trap the body and cause you to not be able to get to the shore. Once again, my hat's off to everybody that took a chance in trying to save that man's life. There was people jumping in there. Dude even jumped off the bridge. Jumped off the bridge into the water to try to help. Best he could. Nobody else did. Everybody standing back taking selfies. Everybody arguing with the rescue crew, and I seen the two females saying whatever they were saying to him. I couldn't hear them because the audio wasn't there. You can't be mad at them. They don't know what went on. All I know is they showed up. Y'all said right there, right there, right there. Well, they got families too. They're not just going to jump in there and not know what's in there, not knowing where he at and end up like him. But they showed up. They got prepared, got ready to get in something they might not get out of to save somebody that should have never been in there in the first place. Once again, my condolences to the family that lost that young man, because I know the pain of losing a loved one. That young man should still be here. And to the person that was commandeering that boat, to let these individuals on his boat without life jackets. Where was the life jackets? Where was your buoys? Where was your little flotation devices with the string and the rope you could throw out there so they can grab that? That goes to show you could care less. All you was doing, if you was partying with them, you're still wrong. And if you wasn't partying with them, it was a foreign dude, so they say, regardless, you still wrong because you didn't care nothing about these people. If this was your job, you had a side boat, you want to make a little side money, you want to take people out, make a little bit of money on spring break, ain't nothing going to happen, but you didn't think that somebody might have, jumped in the water, fall in the water. Now, you done made your little money, but that man lost his life because you didn't have your emergency equipment on deck. But all you was focused on was that dollar sign. And I know we all need the money, but what about how to save a life? You didn't think about that. You did not think about that man or none of them individuals on that boat because you didn't have no emergency equipment on that boat. Everybody on the phone calling 911, getting mad at 911 because they ain't there in time. The call got to go out. Where you at? What time is it? What location? What's nearby? We don't know, man. These people ain't in that state. Some of these people is in different states taking these calls. Sending these calls out to the location that you said, get the right responder in that area, then send them out. But they're not coming right out. They got to get the gear. They got to be prepped from what you said. There's a drowning. Now they got to go through all of this. These people is chilling. They on their time. They got to, oh, wow, y'all. So they got a lot of pressure on them. So when the emergency crews show up, show them some love. Whether a person didn't make it or not, they didn't have to come. Y'all didn't jump in to try to help out. Y'all stood by on phone. People stand up there taking pictures. Taking pictures and recording videos. If you ain't going to jump in the water, put that phone down. All of y'all watching this, if you was one of them ones taking them videos, don't post that nowhere. Out of respect for that family, don't do that. Are you wrong for recording that? I can't answer that. I'm not gonna answer that. I don't want to dig into that because in this world anything goes. But just maybe some of y'all couldn't swim. Maybe y'all wanted to use it. Maybe the cell phone was a good idea to record because y'all was really showing other images of what was really going on that the other cameras didn't capture. Should somebody have jumped in that water to help that man? Everybody that wanted to help, that should have helped and could have helped, they jumped in there, y'all. It was people in there, don't even know what was in the bottom of that water. They can't see. He was jumping in with no goggles. They was diving down, and I'm sure they had their eyes open, hoping they could see where this man went. But then the rescue crews found him. You got sharks. You got wildlife in this water. Marine life, that's what y'all want to call it. Y'all got them all down in there. Anything. And fish and sea life bigger than you. Sharks. You got gators down there. Don't let nobody tell you ain't no gators in it because it is. It's gators in that water. Gators and sharks. Snakes. Anything. But you have to use this. Yes, it's spring break fun and awesome. Absolutely, y'all, but safety first. Everybody want to get the bottle, get the phone out, lean up against the rail, talk this, talk that. Oops, somebody went in. Somebody could have seen it, acting like they ain't seen nothing. And then when somebody else see it, oh, yeah. Y'all, listen to me. Should the captain of that boat be charged with a homicide? I don't want to say charge him with homicide because he didn't kill him. The water did. He didn't make the person jump in. He jumped in on his own. But he should have to, he gonna actually have to live with that rest of his life because you didn't have safety equipment. He tortured enough. You got to live with the fact that because what if he had kids? Would you have safety equipment in there for your kids in your boat? While you taking these people's money, these tourists or whatever? It's obvious. He wasn't related to them. He was the captain of that boat. They rented that boat. They could have been best friends. Who knows? But when all that went down, that boat wasn't tied off. When they was up there talking to the authorities, that dude in the boat wasn't. So I'm sure he made his money. But if you watch the video, it showed it there. A lot of people face charges. Now, one little incident can have everybody on that water dealing with the authorities. Guns confiscated, drugs, people intoxicated. Should that man be charged with a crime of that man's death? I honestly, he can't be charged. In my eyes, he can't be charged with that. But he should be held accountable for what went on. I mean, I'm not saying get a man life in prison, but he give him probation or something. I'm not gonna say ruin his life because that man jumped in the water and risked his life. That's not that man's fault to own that boat. Don't get me wrong, it's not. But that owner of that boat should have had some devices. Fine him for safety violations. There you go. He gets safety violation fine. It's not his fault that man jumped in that water. What if he would have had the safety equipment and that man said, I ain't putting that on? Or you ain't gonna put it on because it's a party boat. But what if he just jumped in after the man had all the safety gear in the world? And this man still drowned or a woman drowned. My heart goes out to the family, y'all, but once again, that could have been prevented. Absolutely could have been prevented. And all the people that was there, if y'all get a wind of my video, because I'm sure all of y'all watching this because it's still hot news, I want y'all to all sit back and think about it. Can y'all swim? There was a life jacket there. Maybe some of y'all saw that big water and was terrified. If you're terrified, why are you on the water? This is another message for y'all. If you cannot swim, do not make somebody else responsible for your life because they can swim. If you can't swim, don't get in the boat. Stay out of a boat if you can't swim. Because now this man is really responsible, or woman, whoever in charge of this boat, because you can't swim and you ended up almost drowning. Stay out of the water. Stay off the boat if you cannot swim. You go find a party that's on land somewhere. And people out there learn to swim. Whatever it takes, learn to swim. But once again, even if you can't swim, that's a dangerous place to be trying to swim. Anyway, I don't care how beautiful TV make it look. Swimming in the unknown, anything goes. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Here they going tomorrow. Dude lost his life. Young buck. And hats off to the rescue people, man. Y'all really tried to save that dude. He was pumping on him, tried to save him. They ain't quit. They did not quit. Nobody can say racism, this and that, because it was a young colored male that drowned. But nobody could throw racism in it at all, because those people that was there wasn't people of color. That one man that was there of color, but the rest of them was other people. And they tried their hardest to bring this man back to reality, and they couldn't. But they didn't stop. They didn't give up. I ain't never seen, and I seen a lot in real life, in person, the people that give up, they don't keep going. After about a minute and a half, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, they stop. I've been in swimming pools where people drowned, and they didn't fight. But them rescue people, they fought. So to the state of Miami, y'all rescue team, I salute to y'all, man. Y'all men and women on the rescue teams, y'all heroes. And once again, it's heroes to the first responders. The first responders to that was those people on the jet, that guy on that jet ski, that dude that jumped off that bridge, and the two people that jumped off that boat. And anybody else that the cameras didn't show that jumped in that water. And once again, the rescuers that came with the gear, and then the final dudes with the air tanks. All in all, none of them had to jump in there to save nobody. But they risked their own life to jump in there because they jumped into the unknown. Keep your eyes open. Stay safe. This is a borrowed time life. Spend it wisely. Spend that time wisely, man. I love y'all. Live, love, laugh, and smile. I love y'all.